on to you Leos out here? Hope y'all are having a great day. You have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and you Leos have the Ace of Wands. You're not going to go back and forth with someone, going back and forth endlessly. All that's going to do is put you in a position of having to always explain to somebody else why it is that you Leos essentially do what it is that you do. And a lot of you Leos are not going to do that. You wouldn't do that before when you were caught up with your ego or you were more egocentric. You're still not going to spend so much of your time doing that now that a lot of you Leos are more spiritually aware. You're not going to do that. Because a lot of you Leos understand that at the end of the day, if a person is going to rock with you, then they're going to rock with you. And I'm kind of getting a little bit ahead of myself. But then you have the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Swords. If a person is going to rock with you, if they're going to be in a relationship with you, if they're at the very minimum going to get to know you, then it has to be a genuine interest. And it has to be something that not only is genuine, but they're not afraid to show how genuine it actually is. If they're going to come up with excuses as to why they don't like you, why you're a problem, 9 chances out of 10, a lot of you Leos wouldn't want to have them around you even in the first place. So it really is a time for them where, you know, once again, they really do need to essentially pick and choose and really understand what it is exactly it is that they're actually doing. Because if they're just going to be standing next to you, right, and, you know, 1 minute they cool with you, then the next minute they not, that's not a relationship. That's not a connection. That's not, you know, that's a transactional relationship. That's a business transaction. So the thing about it is that a lot of you Leos are not with the business transactions unless it's obviously professional, right? But time and place for everything. And, you know, a person doesn't have to always be in your face, you know, and tell you that they are you know, they're interested in you in order to get you to do something that you Leos don't necessarily want to do. They need to come at you correctly. They need to actually approach you, you know, straight up with what it is that they want. You know, there's a lane open for everything and everyone, but maybe they need to be a little bit more direct or straightforward about what it is that they're looking for. This mentality of them showing up and talking to you, you know, them showing up and talking to you like you don't have any kind of common sense, you know, or them insulting your intelligence and all of that by trying to essentially tell you that they like you when they don't. They're just trying to hang out with you to get something out of you. That's lame. That's whack. And so the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Swords represents you don't want anybody back who's acting like this. So there's definitely a sense of you Leos shutting the door on people even having the potential to come back. You are not going back. You Leos are essentially moving forward because you don't see the value in going back whatsoever, and you shouldn't. The Nine of Swords represents you just don't want them coming back to you, talking about how they're sorry and all this other type of nonsense, that you Leos aren't going to be buying what they're selling anyway. So these people better be, you know, so for future references, if a person is going to be in your life, they have to really understand what type of time it is with you. A lot of you Leos respect your time, and you're not wasting your time on stupid stuff. You're not doing any of that type of stuff, because for you Leos, there's essentially no point, like I was talking about. Now, why that's something important in the first place is because the Temperance and the Judgment right here is about how you're showing a lot of mercy right now. You Leos are being very merciful. You Leos are being very reluctant to start getting into your Leo bag and start saying something that people are gonna feel, you know, because when a Leo is ready to tear into you, it's gonna be disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's gonna be disrespectful. So the thing is that with a lot of you Leos, what a lot of people don't take into consideration is that you're being very gracious. You're being very gracious with how it is that you actually treat people right now, even though they're being a jerk to you. And the judgment represents how it is that the judgment and the unalive card represents a lot of people don't like the fact that you are not paying attention to them like that anymore. They don't like that, right? The only people that first and foremost, if a person is doing right by you, you're not going to stop giving them attention. But a lot of the times the person that's going to be upset at the fact that you don't give them any kind of attention is because they squandered the opportunity that they had getting to know you. They should have been actually taking you Leos a lot more seriously and getting to know you instead of wasting their time trying to get some form of financial means or whatever, right? Getting on your nerves, wasting your time. 1 minute they're cool, the next minute they're not. You can't serve two masters. You'll either get your life together or you'll spend it on the decline, wasting your time bickering and arguing and spending a lot of time on antics, right? And the reason why is because it takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of preparation to be playing games. You have to really sit there and think about this type of nonsense. You're gonna do this. It's too much time. Too much time. So then you have the King of Cups in the Tower. A lot of Scorpio influence. Now, I wanted to say something about the Scorpio influence, right? Whether it's the unalive or the Tower, right? Either or. These two cards represent something that needed to happen and that it's going to happen regardless of whatever. It's a fixed point in time. So the unalive card for you Leos represents this is something that you should have been doing for the longest time, was letting go of people that don't have your best interest in mind. Because a lot of the times, that's you Leos' downfall. The fact that a lot of you will befriend a lot of people, just like Libra, that do not have your best wishes, do not have your best interests in mind. They will do things because they upset over whatever. Take a look at Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was a Leo, born August 15th. Friend took him out. Young Dolph. People that he know took him out. I ain't gonna say his friend because they wasn't friends, but at one point, you know what I'm saying? Just the streets, the street beef. However, I ain't even gonna get into that. But the street beef, Leo. Like this is what it is. This is what it is. So a lot of you Leos are learning how to be a lot more mindful, to not waste a lot of your time trying to go back and forth with another person, bicker and argue. You realize that is essentially a waste of your time. The King of Cups in the Tower right here is about how you are going to pay attention and be more okay with the things that are going to fall anyway. And what I mean by that is a lot of you Leos have to become a lot more practiced with allowing things, i.e. relationships, to deteriorate. Stop holding on. And I know that y'all are fixed, but stop holding on to connections with people where they don't want to hold on, or they work their hardest to make sure that you and them don't actually end up really being a real relationship like that. It's always something missing. Stop trying to hold on to that, right? And right now, a lot of you Leos are in training. A lot of you are learning how to do that because obviously you still have that fixed nature where you want to hold on and stuff like this. But part of the problem is sometimes when it comes to dysfunctional people, you're holding on a little bit too tightly, too long. These would be people that like you should have essentially excommunicated from your life a long time ago. But you'll keep these people in your life because you're familiar with them, because you remember the good times that you had. But when you really think about it though, right, you ain't gotta listen to me. Just think about when the best times were, when you were getting to know these people. They're at the very beginning. And then the relationship will get worse over time. You know what I'm saying? So let's clarify some of these cards now. So now you Leos have to understand that you're not struggling. You're not going back and forth. You're not doing any of that. A person does not want to be in your life. Okay, so be it. Let it go. So let's clarify the Tower. Okay, so the Hermit, yeah. Six of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, yeah, and the Magician. So the Hermit, the Six of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles represents a lot of you Leos are going to remain single for a while. A lot of you Leos are going to be bachelors. You're missing that, and you are. You're letting go of the lost connection that you could have had with this person. Total disconnect. You're letting that go and making that powerful transition towards wanting to be single and being single for a while, because it's definitely this energy of you're winning when you're single. You're losing with other people. And you would think two heads are better than one. Yes and no. Two heads are better than one only under the condition that it's two quality heads, it's two quality people. When one person is quality and the other person is dysfunctional, they're going to seek to bring those people down by all types of stuff, by mistake, because they're too caught up with their own delusions, right? Or whether it is by choice, whether it's by a concentrated thought process, because the envy and the jealousy gets in the way. You know, a lot of times people think that just because they're in a romantic relationship with somebody, they think that it's impossible for their significant other to be envious and jealous of them. And that's not true at all. You know, contrary to popular belief. You'd be surprised at how many, people in relationships today are jealous and envious of their partner and wish to, they're in a perfect position. They're super close to the person and the person trusts them. It's not going to be very hard to essentially mess them over. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of you Leos see that for what it is. And I'm just seeing that a lot of you Leos are really, your thumb is itching to be single again, because, again, you're winning by yourself, but you're losing with some people talking about how they're trying to get to know you. When it's time for them to actually show you what they are about, show you that love that they act like they have for you at first, they on some dysfunctional stuff. So now you have the Nine of Swords. You have the Nine of Swords and the Magician. And the Nine of Swords right here represents, you're getting back up. A lot of Virgo energy too. You're getting back up and you're doing your thing. But a lot of you Leos are realizing that, two things, I should say, not one or two things. Number one, it's good for you to be a single lion. It's good. You know, singlehood is not always a bad thing. I don't like it when people come to the internet and then they make it seem like singlehood is the worst thing in the world. No, singlehood is that, because you get to do whatever it is that you want to do. You know, now granted, being in a relationship is that also. But again, you have to pick quality. See, that's the catch-22. You have to pick quality, and then the two of you have to get along with one another, right? And then want to contribute. You dig what I'm saying? So, because sometimes you could be both quality, but what they want and what you want don't necessarily align, and the two of you can end up growing apart, or it can be a no-starter. So the Nine of Swords, like I said, the Magician definitely represents you starting from the beginning of it again, right? And thinking of relationships like it's new, like, you know, thinking of singlehood like it's a new trendy thing to do. Like, it's amazing because you Leos don't want to have to deal with the headache of a dysfunctional person. So a lot of you Leos are going to be single lions. Oh, so the first thing that I was talking about is being single in certain circumstances is good. And the second thing that I wanted to say, right? The second thing is that when, like I said, when you're picking someone, you have to pick quality. You know, there's no point in being with dysfunctional people in the first place, because all they're going to do is bring you down, like I said. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You Leos are definitely on the right track. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.